Hello and welcome to this Price a Job tutorial. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Project Management module for subcontractors. To access the Project Management modules, go to the top navigation bar and select Company. Then, in the left sidebar, under the Project Management tools, select Subcontractors. If you don't have access to the Project Management tools here, go to your account icon here in the top right and select the drop-down, and then click Shop. Here you can choose the Project Management module to add to your subscription either on a monthly or yearly basis. If you'll be adding several modules to your order, we strongly encourage you to consider the all-included package. You'll notice that with all modules selected, the total cost is $777, compared to only $599 if you were to select the all-included package, a savings of almost $200. In this case, because we're already subscribed, we'll just return back to the Project Management module by selecting Start. Then going to our Company tab, and selecting Subcontractors. To get started, we'll add a new subcontractor by clicking Add Subcontractor here in the top right, and then adding the name of our subcontractor. In this case, it's Brickworks, and save. And this opens a new profile for our subcontractor titled Brickworks with a variety of tabs including General, Payment Details, CIS, Jobs, Documents, and Notes. Here at the top, we can upload an image for this subcontractor. We just choose the file from our system, and it's uploaded to the profile. If we want to change the logo, we can upload a new one or delete this one. Having an icon to represent your various subcontractors is useful when you have a long list of them, as it helps you to quickly identify the subcontractor out of the list. Next, we can start filling out their subcontractor profile. We've already input their name, but here we have a place where we can enter their company number, their address, their contact name, and contact information. Then below, we'll see a variety of custom fields that we created in a previous module for our suppliers. We had these custom fields set to global settings, so they've been imported automatically to apply to our subcontractors as well. We can easily recognize our custom fields by the three dots indicating the options menu. By selecting these, we can either delete this field or edit it. By clicking Edit, we can see here is a text field with the title of Opening Hours set to global settings. And this gives us a text field where we can freeform input the opening hours for the subcontractor. Here we'll just input Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. Next we have a preferred payment field, and we can click the edit to see that this is a select box titled Preferred Payment with options for cash, credit, or debit. So we can close this and select from our drop-down menu here the preferred payment for the subcontractor. In this case, they probably prefer cash. Then we have a checkbox here titled Open Sundays. And because we know the subcontractor only works Monday to Friday, we can deselect that. And then we have a date picker field here titled Account Created. And here we can input the date where we first created our account with the subcontractor. If we want to add more custom fields, we can do so by clicking the plus icon here. If we have any notes regarding this specific supplier, we can enter them here. Next, we can input the subcontractor's payment details. And here we have fields for their bank name, account number, and sort code. And then here we have our custom fields that were imported globally. Next, we can take a look at the CIS tab. And here we can input their CIS rate, tax number, UTR number, NI number, verification number, and verification date. Under the Jobs tab, we can add all the jobs that we've hired this subcontractor for. So here we'll input a job number. We'll say this is job number 71. And input the amount for the job, $3,500. And then we can input a description. We'll just say brickwork. And then input the status, whether this job is complete, on hold, delayed, canceled, or in progress. We'll mark this one complete. And save. And this is added to our jobs list, and we can add as many jobs to this list as we want. If the status of any of these jobs changes, we can click on the pencil icon here to edit the job and change the status. And save. If we have any files that we'd like to upload specific to this job, we can click the file folder icon here to upload as many files as we need and organize our files with a series of folders. So for example, we might call this folder Invoices. And click OK, and then upload a file. And here we can select files from our system to upload. But this one has generated an error. It says, please choose proper symbols. And the reason is that this file name includes a number symbol. And Price of Job file management will only allow you to use underscores, dashes, or round brackets. Any other symbols will generate an improper symbol error. So we can just remove that number symbol and save this file. So if we want to, we can just drag and drop this into the appropriate folder. And the folder turns opaque to let us know that there's now content in this folder as opposed to just the outline, which would indicate an empty folder. And when we enter this folder, we can see the navigation bar extends here to show us the breadcrumb trail to show us exactly where we are within our folders and subfolders, because we can add even more folders within this same folder. As a matter of fact, we can add as many folders and files as we want to, up to a data limit of 2 gigabytes, and we can track our data usage here in the top right corner. We also have options here of viewing our files in either table view, which organizes our files by name, date, size, and file type, or by grid view, which shows us just the thumbnail icon with the file size indicated in superscripts just above it. And by right-clicking on our files, we have a variety of options. We can rename this file. We can get a share link, which generates a Price of Job URL that we can share with our subcontractors or clients or suppliers. By clicking this icon here, it copies the URL to our clipboard. When we share this URL, anyone with it can then download this file directly from the Price of Job server. We also have options to copy this file, cut it, delete it, download it, or mail it directly from within Price of Job. Let's go back to our Company tab, back to our Subcontractors module, and back to our Jobs tab. Let's access the File Manager again by clicking the File folder, and enter our Invoices folder. Here, if we decide that we want to move this file from the folder, we can cut this here from within the Invoices folder, go back to the home page, right-click here on the open field, and paste. And that moves our invoice file back to the home page, and our Invoices folder turns into an outline to show us that there's no content in this folder anymore. If we have several files and folders, and I'll just create a quick one here called Returns, we have a variety of options for managing them. For example, if we wanted to select more than one folder, we can hold down our Control button to select more than one. Or we also have the option of selecting the checkbox here to select all files and folders. Or by using this drop-down arrow here, we can select None. We can select only the folders, or only the files. And when we have many files and folders, this is a handy tool that just makes managing our files and folders just a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and exit this file manager here, and let's take a look at the next tab, Documents. We just looked at the file manager under the Jobs tab, and this would be for any files that were pertinent to specific jobs. However, if we have any documents that are specific to the supplier, this is where we could manage all of our files for that. And again, just the same as we saw in the Jobs file manager, here we can create a series of folders and upload as many files as we want, sharing that same 2 gigabyte data limit. So for example, we might upload a file here, and this might be the subcontractor's certificate of incorporation. And this would be a file that is general to the subcontractor, but not specific to any particular job. So here we would store that here in the Documents tab. Next, let's take a look at the Notes tab. We already saw on the General tab that we can leave important notes here on the main page of the profile. But if we have a series of notes that we'd like to keep, we can enter that here, and we can add as many separate notes as we want. By clicking Add Note, it automatically creates a note field by default listed with today's date. To change the date, we can just click on the Date field, and that opens the calendar picker, where we can choose the year of the calendar that we want to input this, the month, and then select a date. Alternatively, we can just use the scroll arrows here to scroll through the calendar to find the date that we're looking for, and select it from the calendar that way. And here we can input as many notes as we wish regarding the subcontractor. If you want to reorder these, you can just grab these grab handles here and slide them into whichever order you wish. To delete any of these notes, you can just go to the right-hand column here and select Delete, and then confirm the deletion. And that note is removed. As you add more subcontractors, the right-hand pane here will fill with profiles for each of them. And it doesn't take long before you have a great many subcontractors filled out. As an example, we'll just do a quick one here. We'll just call this one A1. And maybe we'll add one more. We'll call this one B2. So now if you have many subcontractors and you're searching for a specific one, you can use the search field here to search for a specific contractor. So for example, let's input the letter B, And that filters all of our results down to just the suppliers that start with the letter B. And if we fill that in further, we can filter that down to the exact subcontractor that we're looking for. Alternatively, if we change that search field to A, it filters our results only to the subcontractors that start with the letter A. For each of these subcontractors, we also have an options menu here, and we can select that to delete that subcontractor from our table. And we're given a confirmation field here, and you want to be careful when you click on this because when you delete it, it will remove all the tabs and this subcontractor's complete profile from your price of job system. So if you're sure you want to delete that, go ahead and click delete. And that subcontractor is removed from the record. Unless there's a good reason to delete that subcontractor, you might want to keep them all loaded in your file here because you'll have access to all of these subcontractors and all of their profile details anywhere where you can access price of job. That might be on a desktop computer system in your home or office, on your mobile device, on the road, or on the construction site. No matter where you are, if you can access price of job, you can access all of your suppliers and all of their details. And that's how to use Price of Job's project management module for subcontractors. Thank you for using Price of Job.